All right, good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to Football Canada's Under-18 Women's National Championship, live from Mosaic Stadium here in Regina, Saskatchewan. You can see the teams are just starting to make their way out, and a little bit of a schedule change from earlier. This was supposed to be the first game, but is now the second game. Team Sask defeating Team New Brunswick in the first game. And now we have got Team Alberta versus Team Ontario. My name is Joe Heddespick. Along with me is Ashley Clayton. Ashley Clayton, your first time on the air. How's it been so far?
So far, so good.
Good. You get used to me kind of babbling on. I just need you to fill in the important stuff because you've played, is it 7 seasons now you've played with the Regina Riot of the WWCFL?
Yes, it has been 7 seasons.
And going well so far?
I would say so. A lot of things learned, a lot of things been exciting, a lot of fun times.
So you're young. I won't out your age, but where I'm going with this is it would have been nice to have had the teams and the leagues and things like this at a younger age than maybe when you first started playing football.
Oh, it would have been phenomenal.
Right.
Just that learning experience, time on the field, it would have just played into a whole other scenario for me.
Now, this year with the Regina Riot, and we're just going to let this coin toss happen quick, there were a lot of the younger players on the Riot, and so it's great to see is where I ultimately want to end up here is that it's nice to see 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds playing the game of women's tackle football.
Yeah, it's great that it's starting younger, and that just means it's going to be a better future. We got more younger people, which means by the time they reach our older ages, they're just going to be recruiting and being the representation of the younger people than them.
Perfect. So I was not paying attention in any way, shape, or form to that coin toss, so we'll see who's going to kick and who's going to receive here. But once again, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in from across this beautiful country of ours on Canada Day weekend. I will apologize in advance if I maybe get your daughter, niece's, granddaughter's name wrong. We're going to do our best to try and make sure that we get all our pronunciations correct. And how this is going to work as well. I'm not sure if when the young ladies play their home games, the scenarios of how the games play out, but this is going to be 2 12-minute, we'll call them halves. It's going to say quarter up there, but we'll call them halves, although at the half, the team with the ball hung on to it. So it's a little different, but there's 5 games to be played. They're going to play a couple of times today, so it's not full games.
Nope.
The only full game is going to be the championship game.
Yeah, last one's all for the marbles.
So today, Wednesday, and then Saturday is the finals, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so we're just about set to go here. And again, my apologies, but I was not paying attention who won or lost, I guess, the coin toss. So we'll see who's going to kick off here to start this one. 6 per side. Again, I think a lot of people watching probably knew a lot of the rules or how things are going to operate here, but for those that might be tuning in that are not aware, we are not going to see 12 players out on the field for offense and defense. We're going to see 6 from offense and defense. And looking back to the earlier game, a lot of running by Team Sask, but a lot of through the air for Team New Brunswick. It was kind of the tale of two teams out there.
Yeah.
I had a chance to talk to quickly the offensive coordinator for Team Sask came up quick, and I talked and I showed him his stats, and he was like, I threw the ball twice because there weren't any throwing stats, but they were behind the line of scrimmage. So we'll see. Obviously, they're going to try and establish their preferred game, but then sometimes that changes as it goes along. Maybe you're a throwing team, but you get behind and then you become a running team, or probably the reverse of that.
I feel like there could be a lot of running today.
You think there could be a lot of running? For those that may just be tuning in as well, I don't know exactly how much they show up, and again, we've got a bit of a tight shot here on the screen at the moment, but the field is not your standard CFL width field, but there are markers out there that indicate where the field actually is. So if you're looking and you're wondering why there's so many people out on the field, well, they're not. That is the sidelines. It just is on the regular CFL field. and we are just not sure what we're doing, to be totally honest with you, but we're just going to let whatever's going on go on, and we have not had O Canada as of yet. So we are 40 by, what is that, a 16? 110. I can't give him grief for his writing because mine is worse than that, but 110, there we go. So 40 yards wide by 110 long. That part stays,
Yes.
but the 40 is the difference. And now he's just going to leave altogether. So thanks, Coach.
I
Coach
appreciate
had
the
us back. Yeah. You know what? I really don't know what we're doing here, but we'll see how this plays out in a minute or two. We've got O Canada. It looks like we've got someone to sing O Canada this time. First game was just in the can, but there's a young lady holding a microphone down there, so I'm going to assume that she's singing, or is she from something else? She's reporting, you think, from something?
I believe she's a reporter, yes.
Oh, all right then. Okay.
But I mean, give her the
Maybe
opportunity.
she sings.
Yeah,
You don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe it's you and me.
Oh,
They didn't tell you about that part.
They didn't tell me about
Oh, and
that.
you guys have to sing O Canada too. Yeah.
they're like, mute.
Yeah, exactly. So I see what we're doing now. Well, I'm not sure if that's exactly why we are on hold, for lack of the proper term here, but Team Alberta with a bit of a ceremony down there I see happening. So
Yes.
yes, I believe so, in answer to your written down question. We won't speculate, though, but
No.
yes, I believe that is the case.
They are just performing their ceremony.
They are, exactly. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in on YouTube, Football Canada, giving you the broadcast here this afternoon. We thank you very much for tuning in. Mosaic Stadium, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Maybe some of you have been here, maybe some of you have not, but great facility, and I think it's safe to say a fun place to play.
Oh,
right?
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful stadium. Being on the field and looking up into the stands, you feel like you've reached the big times.
So that's the thing. A field's a field,
Yeah.
right? If you're playing
Field's a
football, a
field.
football field's a field. But it's just different in, say, a stadium that holds 1,000 people, like our
100%.
Libel Field, or 3,000 over there,
Yep.
versus playing in this.
33,000.
This,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So a little bit different. So
It's really cool to play on a field where you know professional athletes also play on.
sure, yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's understood. So some of the teams that these players come from, we'll just run through this, and I'll put my glasses on so I'll see if I can get this right. So Team Alberta, players from a few different places, Wetaskiwin Warriors, Peace River Pioneers, Fort McKay Northern, St. Albert Valkyries, again, Wetaskiwin, Peace River, Edmonton Raiders, that's another team on here, the Holy Trinity Knights, the Calgary Wildcats, West Edmonton, North Edmonton, the Salisbury Sabres out of Sherwood Park, the Cold Lake Royals from Pierceland, and again, a couple more from Wetaskiwin. So the province of Alberta fairly well represented there.
Good mix.
Yeah.
Cross.
And I'm not sure if those are high school teams or if they have some leagues starting kind of like Saskatchewan's got with that one. So great to see.
I know the Ontario team, they definitely have high school girls. So
Okay.
that's really cool to see that. Those programs
That's
coming
where
up.
they're drawing from. Now, Ontario started up a women's tackle league this year as well.
Yes,
so,
they did.
so women's football really starting to grow throughout Canada, which is nice to see, right?
Yeah, it's really exciting because the more teams there are, the more traveling, the more competition. It's just great all around.
Right, and we talked about it in the first game. So under 18 national championships, international championships coming up in Finland coming up in the next little while as
Team
well
Canada women's.
for over 18 or
Yes.
maybe under 18, maybe a
No.
little of both, but over
Over
18. Yeah, over 18. Yes. All right, anyway, we are underway, and it was Team Ontario kicking off to Team Alberta. Ball goes out of bounds at right around the 50, and that is where Team Alberta will take over. 1st and 10, their first possession of the game. And take us a moment here just to make sure we got all of our names correct and who's where, but it looks like Liberty Joe Ware in at quarterback for Team Alberta, I do believe. And we'll see, again, going back to the last game, one team had their quarterback under center 99% of the time, if not 100%, and one had the shotgun most of the time. In this case, it is going to be shotgun for Ware, and out of the backfield, I believe that was Brooklyn Olsen, maybe, but that's a defensive lineman, so that's probably not it. Looked like 56, but you tell me. Your eyes are much better than mine.
Number 92.
Thank you.
Mackenzie Morrell.
With the carry. All right, so we'll probably see Mackenzie with the ball a fair bit. And again, it is Liberty Joe Ware in at quarterback for Team Alberta. Two in the backfield for Alberta this time. This time they handed off to number 7, Emily McMillan, out of the Wetaskiwin Warriors. And she picks up a couple more yards. It is going to be third down, though, 3rd and 1. And they are pretty much at the midfield stripe. So I assume probably Team Alberta going to go for it here.
Got to go for it.
I would think that they may, yes.
It's so close. Got to go for it.
You got to go for it. Plus, if you don't get it, it's not horrible field position to give it back to the opposition. They're going to whistle that one dead and make them do it again, I believe. Or is that going to be offside for Ontario? I'm not sure if I didn't see a flag specifically come out, but they whistled that one dead. I don't know. Doesn't look like we're just going to do it over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redo.
Oh. And now they're changing players, but they have not changed as many in as they changed out, because Team Ontario, well, now they've got 6. Now they've got 7.
Now they have 7.
Now you have too many.
Oh, one going off. We're good.
All right, we're going to get this all figured out. Everything's going to be okay here in just a second. Everybody's a little behind. Everybody's trying to figure out what is exactly going on here. I think in the end, though, it is still 3rd and 1, pardon me,
yes,
for Team Alberta. And the last time they were up in under center. This time they are not. Where at in the shotgun, and she hands it off to 7, and I thought that Team Ontario was going to be able to make a play, but they are not. She's at the 30, at 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, gone. Don't look back, just keep running.
That was a great run.
Emily McMillan with the carry for the touchdown, about a 55-yarder for Team Alberta. And I thought they had her off the start. Defense was there.
Yeah.
She just wasn't able to make the tackle. Actually, she made a nice move to the inside.
She did. They had contained there, but she just broke through it.
Extra point attempt. It looks like it will be a traditional kick. Now, Coach Hadespec and I in the first game were discussing the fact that this is actually for 2 if you kick the ball, just because they want to promote kicking a little bit more. So
same in the younger league I coach.
Yes, yeah. There you go. So so when you see the score become 8 if she makes this, that's why, because the kick in this is going to be for 2, and the traditional go for 2 is for 1. Did any of that make sense? That made sense,
it
right?
Completely made sense.
I don't think it
2
did.
2 for a kick, 1 for a throw. We're good.
That's wrong. That's odd, but that's the way that it is.
Hey, let's promote the women kickers.
Exactly. 10:25 left to go here in the first half of game number 2 of the Women's Under-18 National Championship. First day here at Mosaic Stadium, and a little bit of a problem on the snap. They are going to try and get it in, and I don't think she got in.
I think she was just short.
I think she'll end up just being just a little bit short. Liberty Joe Ware with the carry, with the hold, and then the not great hold, and ended up having to take the ball in herself. So the score remains Team Alberta 6 and Team Ontario no score. First drive underway, and one long carry, basically.
She was just over center, so that was a pretty good long run. Field is same distance, just skinnier.
It's still 110 yards long. Yes, it's just 40 yards wide. Team Ontario with a couple of returners back there. And Team Alberta just getting set up to kick this one away. couple of step drop, and that, I believe, is Haley Ketchum kicking duties for Team Alberta. This one is going to come down just over the 50, and that is where Team Ontario is going to start their first drive of this game. So not a huge kick, but
let's see how their defense does. I'm excited to see.
So, are you familiar with either of these teams at all? Or did you know any of? You were down for the first game and you had a chance to maybe talk to a couple of people, but not too familiar with?
Not too familiar with, no. I know some of the coaches from the Alberta side. So,
Okay.
And I know they would play defense, so exciting to see what's going to happen.
All right. Okay, here we go. Team Ontario with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Shotgun is the call for the quarterback, and nice block and a nice job over that left-hand side. A pretty good carry for about 7 yards on first down. So if you can get 6, 7 out of first down, that's not a bad thing. And I apologize, I'm trying to read the numbers on Team Ontario. The jerseys are a little tougher, and the running back has long hair, so that doesn't help.
23.
Was it 23? Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So that may be Maya Lacombe. There, that sounds right because they've got her down as a running back. So that's what we're going to go with. And if it's not Maya, our apologies. I need to see the numbers, and her hair is really long, so that didn't help me. But Lacombe once again with the carry. She tries to take it over that left-hand side. She cuts it back, though. She's still on her feet. There is a flag on the play. A nice job. She tried to take that over the left-hand side, but cut it back up. Now, there was a flag, and they are discussing to see, but it doesn't look, it looks like it's going to be against Team Alberta here, I think.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Unnecessary roughness.
Horse collar. I know that call, unfortunately. We saw that a couple of times in the CFL game yesterday. But that is going to move it deep into Alberta territory for Team Ontario. So the play went well for them, and then adding up the yards on top of that. So 1st and 10 from deep in Alberta territory. Not that deep, I guess. The 34 is where we are. So looks like a handoff once again over that left-hand side. She's got a couple to beat. And she's not going to get all the way, but she is going to get down to about the 16. And that was, once again, that was Lacombe with the carry, right? Number 23?
Yes.
Okay, yellow helmet's 23.
Yellow helmet's 23.
Okay, I got it now.
Great hair, too.
And great hair, sure,
Great
exactly.
hair.
I'm sure she'd be happy to hear you say that.
Hope so.
Yeah. All right, 1st and 10. Once again, Team Ontario are down to the 16 of Team Alberta. We've got one receiver wide. We didn't see that very often in that first game. Actually, this is a lot different setup for Team Ontario than we saw out of Saskatchewan and New Brunswick. Bit of a bobble on the carry and able to pick that back up. But Cameron Zemlinski able to pick it back up and make her way forward. And again, I apologize for any names that I may get wrong, but I think that's fairly close on that one. You're just going to give it to me anyway.
I'm just going to say you're doing great.
Yes. Well, thanks.
We got the numbers right.
We've
21.
got the numbers right. Following along on the program, but yes. Beautiful afternoon here at Mosaic Stadium. Lots of cloud cover, and it is just a great afternoon. No rain, of course. But, yeah, it's just perfect football. Little bit of a low snap. Quarterback's just going to hang on to this one. She's going to try and get over that right-hand side, but a nice job by number 6 for Team Alberta to stop that from going much more, maybe 8 rather than 6, JC, because, or was it Emily? Was it? Okay.
Number 6.
All right. I just assumed because she was written down as a running back that it might have been an 8 instead.
You know what? I like that logic. It's one of them.
We will figure it out and get back to you for sure.
Either way, great tackle.
Either way, good tackle. That's right. Brings up 3rd and 9. Ontario's going to go for it. Offside? Yeah. She wasn't going to be offside, but she talked herself into it eventually. And, yeah. So, will that be automatic first down?
I think they're
Because it was
signaling.
3rd and 9. 3rd down still. We'll let them figure this out. She kind of jumped a little and didn't go, and then jumped again. So
Once you're coiled like a spring, you gotta go.
yeah. It is going against Team Alberta. So third. Now it is 3rd and 5 from the 10. So Ontario still with the ball, and they've taken up a fair bit of time on this drive. It's gone pretty well for them. Again, they've got that two down lineman, and we'll see if this is going to be a carry, and it certainly is. They're going to try and get to the outside. They're able to pick up a couple, but a great job out there by number 6, and that is Emily Kraus. A good job to save that from becoming a first down, because she had the corner.
Speed.
Yeah,
She did.
looks like 25 for the Regina Riot that I've seen play before. What it took you a second to remember.
It's like
what's my
watching
number
here.
again? Yeah, exactly. What's my number again? Oh yeah.
Who am I?
That's right. So, great drive by Team Ontario, and is going to start Alberta deep in their own zone at about the 8-yard line, but not able to punch that one in. So, they got a couple of opportunities on 3rd down. They got the penalty, but it made it 3rd and 5, and they only were able to pick up a couple. So, yeah, it is 1st and 10, Team Alberta from the 7. Handoff, problem on the handoff. She had it for a second and lost it, but then was able to pick it back up
92
and
again.
continue on. That was 92. That was Mackenzie Morell with the carry. A little bit of a bobble, but able to. We're going to get a replay here, and it looked like a pretty good handoff, but just didn't grab it, but able to find it though. Second and 8 for Team Alberta. In the shotgun, she's going to keep it herself and not going to go anywhere. Liberty Joe Ware with the carry. She might have been better off to pitch that one, although I don't know how much that would have worked out either way, but hangs on to it and will pick up a couple of yards, but it's going to be 3rd down and probably bring up a punt here. They are on the 10, and it is 3rd and 7. So Team Alberta will see if they kick this away or if they give up a couple. They are going to kick it away, and a nice kick, actually. It's going to, great kick. It's going to come down right around the 37, and believe we're going to get no yards out of that one, right?
That's what it looks like, yes.
Yeah, 21 with the return. Not much of a return, though, for Cameron. Number 92 for Team Alberta, Mackenzie Morell, in there with the tackle as well. So she's doing it on offense, and she's doing it on special teams as well. Going to make her ways to the sidelines now, though. Not staying out for defense.
I feel like she could.
Yeah, I saw that. I will. No, I will. I just noticed it a bit ago. Yeah. 5:14 to go here in the first half. Team Alberta over Team Ontario by a score of 6-0. So far, we thank you again very much for tuning in here live on YouTube to Football Canada's broadcast of the 2022 Under-18 Women's National Championship. They had whistled it in, then they didn't whistle it in, and now they have re-whistled it in. So here we go.
It's in.
It's in. Is what I'm trying to say. They're going to try this. They're going to try this carry again, and Team Alberta is going to start to pick that up and not let that happen much more, because Emily Krause with the tackle, but Maya Lacombe with the carry, number 23 once again, just not able to get out to that far side. They've tried that numerous times now.
They are quick to shut that down.
Yeah, Emily Krause has had a pretty outstanding first half here so far on defense.
She's looking good.
This time they've got 3 receivers, and oh, she was looking, and I don't think that came out. I think that's going to be down, but nice job by the defense of Team Alberta. They had some receivers open, and if she could have got the ball away, she might have had a decent reception, but Sartario just kind of got swallowed up there a little bit.
Gotta love a good defensive play.
Yes, yes.
Speaking as a defensive side.
Speaking from the defensive side of the ball, right? Yes, yeah. So I assume they are going to kick this one away. They're a little deeper into Alberta territory, but not going to go for this one. They might get another play here, though, because I think that's going to be offside. The ball is going to roll into the end zone, but this may all be for naught. And that's a bad tackle as well, or that's a tackle from behind. So there's going to be a couple of penalties on this one.
Hold your breath.
Yeah, please hold, and we'll wait and see how this all plays out. The refs are going to talk. Head ref is a female head ref as well. Not that it bothers me we have to point that out, but I pointed it out. So
we applaud it.
Right.
And now we just move on.
Yeah, exactly. So we do understand that it's not a big deal, but it's still something that should be pointed out.
Yes.
Right?
We acknowledge
that makes sense.
We're happy for her. Well done. And now let's have a good game.
We've started to see a few more female officials in the CFL and the NFL as well, as far as football, and I think at the lower levels that it's a little bit more of the norm at the lower levels. And in fact, I believe, if I remember correctly, at the red and white game for Team Canada, there was all of a female crew that was officiating. So that was kind of nice to see as well.
Which is awesome.
All right, we're going to get this all figured out and sorted out here. We're going to have a couple of penalties, and they're going to talk to Team Alberta on what they want to do. They're going to talk to Team Ontario what they want to do as well. I'm kind of speculating on a couple of the things. It seemed like inappropriate tackle in the end zone on the return, but it also really seemed like offside on Team Alberta to start with as well. So we'll give everybody a chance here, and we'll see what the ref says. All right, so objectionable, right? What's she calling here? It's going to be
Alberta on offense.
It is. So all of that said, the ball has moved out to, where's it going to be? They're going to start it at the 25. So I don't know how all of that plays out. I apologize. But the end result is that Team Alberta is going to have the ball on the 25, first and 10. Ontario got a single point out of that as well. So the offside must not have been, because I would think that would have overruled and we would have kicked again. But regardless, here we go. They hand the ball off to number 7 for Team Alberta, and that is Emily McMillan with the carry, and she is just short of the first down. She picks up about 9 on that one.
She likes going outside. She's got pretty good legs.
Just, again, a bit short of the first down. 3:03 left to go in this first half. Team Alberta up 6-1 over Team Ontario. They have got the ball as well. Liberty Joe Ware in at quarterback, and she's been in the shotgun the whole time so far. I guess she was under center one time, and then that play didn't really work. So with that said, she's going to put the ball off. She had a receiver open, but she decided to pull it down and go for it herself. That was kind of a free play because it was that that short second down. But she had a receiver open, and if she could have hit her, that would have maybe been gone. But she decided to take that one herself.
I like the run game.
You do you?
It's kind of exciting.
All
Although, as a defensive player, I do love the opportunity with the ball in the air.
Yes, that's right. So it just depends, right?
It just depends.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the excitement of watching.
It is first down, and that is Mackenzie Morrell with the carry, and a heck of a carry, was it not?
I think it was 88.
Was it? Maybe. I just assumed it was.
We need the binoculars.
Yeah. No, you're right. It was. It was 88. Haley Ketchum with the carry, and quite the carry as well. Not able to bring her down. There's the replay. Great replay. Great job by our technical crew here, doing a fantastic job on cameras, and great run. So now Team Alberta into Team Ontario territory at the 49. Sticking it back on the ground once again for about an 11-yard pickup. That is Emily McMillan. Sticking with the ground is what I meant to say.
Okay, now I kind of want to see a throw.
I'm
ready for it.
Okay. All right.
Loving the first downs, though.
But it seems to be working for them on the ground, though, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
They're driving the ball.
Minute to go in the first half. Alberta with a pretty good drive so far. This one started at their own 25. And we'll see if they stay on the ground. They do. They hand it back off to McMillan once again. She switches arms, and she breaks one tackle, but not able to break the second one. And I'm going to throw a flag on this, and I'm not sure because, well, I don't know. That's a bit of a... That's not a very good call, I don't think, but that's just my humble opinion. I believe that was Callista Andrews with the final tackle here, and I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe they thought it was late out of bounds.
Well, but I don't think it was. I think she was still inbounds, but I think they're calling it roughing, are they not?
Unnecessary roughness?
I'm not sure. It is going to move Alberta that much further in, though. That is for sure. And it will be first and goal by the looks of it because they are placing that ball right at the 5. So I'm not sure about that one, but I'm not the ref, so
Nope.
and there's nothing I can do about it.
It's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the ref yet.
Not the ref yet, yeah. That's
One
right.
day, maybe.
Yeah. First and 10, Alberta with the handoff. It goes to 88, and Ontario does a nice
good
job to
stop.
keep her out. Not by a bunch, but she definitely did not let her get in, taken down at the 1, but that was 88, Haley Ketchum with the carry once again out of West Edmonton.
If you can stop this, that's a big play.
Second and goal from the 1. They're going to change a bunch of players out here, our Team Ontario. So both running backs in the backfield currently for Team Alberta. And Liberty Joe, not the greatest snap, and in fact that's going to bode well, I thought, at first for Ontario, but not the case, as it is touchdown, Team Alberta, and Haley Ketchum with the run. Had the announcer fooled there for a second. I thought the quarterback still had the ball, and I thought that Ontario stopped her, but obviously that's not the case.
Great play. Everyone didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. So the touchdown, and now she gets to kick the extra point as well. Just do it all yourself. She can't hold it herself, though, right? No.
No.
That would be tough.
That
That would be tough.
more punt-esque.
Yeah. She gets it down.
Ooh.
Extra point
Points.
is extra points. Correct. Is well and good. So that is the Team Alberta now 14 and Team Ontario 1 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. So this one's gone by quicker than it seems like the last one did. But
Yeah, it's flowing a lot more.
it's something.
It's something.
It's something. Team Ontario, the score obviously a little bit lopsided right now, but Team Ontario has played well. They had a great drive, and then it just stalled there right at the very end. So I don't think out of this by any means whatsoever.
Mm-mm. They were there. They were close. This could be the one. You never know. Special teams can make a huge difference in a game, too.
Sure, definitely. And obviously not as many tacklers to defend against.
True.
So it's the same amount of returners as when there's 12 players on the field, but it's not as many tacklers. So that I think that probably bodes well for the returner, does it not?
I believe so.
Especially if you get a couple of nice blocks.
I respect everyone who blocks well. They are amazing. Really big skill.
It is.
And important.
And some, I think some seem to relish in it a little more than others, no? Maybe?
I think so.
Maybe. I could be wrong with that, but I think that's the case a bit sometimes. So, somebody called a timeout. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? No. I said 2 minutes left in the first half, but that was in fact the end of the first half, quarter, whatever we're going to call it.
That
so the
was
2
our
minutes,
2 minutes.
the 2 minutes was our in between. So here's a stat sheet for you. You have a look at that, and we'll talk a little bit about.
I mean, I called a run game,
You did.
and we are definitely in a run game.
Right, because Alberta has no yards through the air.
Ontario is the same.
Yes, it shows it shows the quarterback there, but it does not show anything. So with that said, Haley Ketchum, 1 carry for 28 yards for Team Alberta is what we've got. That's not exactly right. That was punting, pardon me. Rushing is Emily McMillan, 5 for 93. Haley Ketchum, 3 for 31. Mackenzie Morrell, 2 for 10 yards. And Liberty Joe has hung on to the ball 3 times herself for 7 yards. And on Ontario's side,
We have Maya Lacombe with 25 yards, Cameron
Zumlinski
with 16, and Maria Sartorio
Yes.
with 2. So kind of a different look on both, but still moving the ball.
And just 1 punt for each team. I said earlier Haley had 1 for 28 and Maya 1 for 39. Again, the score 14-1. The kickoff of the second half, and we are underway. And that's not what Team Ontario wanted to have happen, because that is going to drive them way back. And a huge block out there, actually. On I think that was a huge block on Emily Kraus. Zumlinski with that. So I'm sure we'll get a replay here, because good return for number 21 Cameron Zumlinski.
Nice kick too.
But there was some blocking going on out there as well. And yes, a nice kick. Now she got a great jump, a great bounce, pardon me, but still.
She did. And maybe a gust of wind.
Maybe just a little bit. Might have helped just a little bit, yes. So Team Ontario will take over 1st and 10 from their 21-yard line. Just into the second half, second quarter, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to call it a half, and I'm just going to say it's a half from now on.
I like it.
That's the last time I'm going to waver on whether it's a quarter or a half. Oh, a little bit high. The intended receiver just not able to bring that one down. The intended receiver was Zumlinski once again for Team Ontario. So just a little bit high for Marie Sartorio.
I like the pass, though. I like it. Even though I love the run game here, I like the attempt.
Well, you have to try and mix it up a little bit. Ontario, again, not way far behind, and they have moved the ball, but they want to probably get on the board with a major here and to start this second half.
I love a good competitive game. Kind of hope they do that.
Exactly. So 3 receivers to the far side, and she was able to get it out to number 21, I believe. Once again, that was Cameron Zumlinski with the reception. As far as school, they've just got NA, so I'm not sure that she doesn't go to school or that someone just forgot to write it down.
Homeschool,
maybe could be that too. Yeah, that's a possibility as well. 3rd and 6 is Team Ontario. And I think that at this point, maybe they feel that they need to go for it. No, that's not the case, because it looks like they are going to punt this one away. A little bit of a problem on the snap, and they were able to at least pick it back up again. But Team Alberta is going to come away with very, very good field position. I think they're going to be right at about the 22 of Team Ontario after that. Unfortunate scenario for Ontario.
Time for Ontario to make a defensive stand.
Yes, that's right.
Speaking of stands,
Yes.
I'm excited about how many people are here to watch.
Pretty good,
women's
actually.
football.
Yeah, pretty decent. I said in the first game that I started the day on ticket sales and then got pulled in. So there was a lot from Saskatchewan, obviously. But, yeah, it's nice to see that there's some people here, I think, probably from Alberta and from Ontario. I know there was a bunch from New Brunswick, and they were in for that earlier game. Where with the carry herself, she's able to pick up about 9 yards on that carry. It looked like a bit of a broken play at first, but able to make a nice play out of it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the replay. So makes one nice move and makes a couple people miss and just keeps her feet going forward and was able to pick up 8. They gave her 8. 2nd and 2 from the 12. This time Ware does hand it off to number 28, Kaylee Belbeck for Team Alberta. And she picks up maybe a yard. Not quite the first down, though. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And, I would assume at this point they're going to go for it because it's 3rd and inches, basically.
I'd say go for it.
Now, is she going to stay in shotgun? She's been in that most of the time, and she is. No, now she's going to move up. That just makes that much more sense when you only really need a couple of inches. And it is going to be touchdown, Team Alberta. So at first, it looked like it was just going to be the standard quarterback sneak, but Nathan worked it a little bit there. And when you think it's only going for a little bit, take it over the end, and away you go. Yeah, his run was a little longer the other game in BC the other night, but
11,
whatever. Yeah, exactly. There you go. But all the same, a nice job by Liberty Joe Ware for the touchdown.
It's a Canadian quarterback right there.
It is a Canadian quarterback. It's 2 Canadian quarterbacks. That's right. Yeah. Again, it's sad that that's another thing that we have to say is a big deal, but it is something that we have to say is a big deal. So, extra point attempt here, and down and good, and that now makes the score Team Alberta 22, Team Ontario 1 here at Mosaic Stadium in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Joe Haddisbeck, Ashley Clayton with you for game number 2 of 5 today. Here. Next game up, schedule holds the way that it should be Manitoba versus, well, no, probably not, because then that would be Manitoba versus Ontario again. So we're probably going to see some things change up a little bit, and it is going to be, I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll tell you who plays when we start. How about that? Let's go with that. So I know somebody is out there warming up anyway. So
it looks like Manitoba.
It does, yeah. So we'll see. Figure it out. But stay with us. So again, if you were tuning in thinking that there was going to be this game and it's a different game, it's only because we kind of got started a little late. So we apologize. So for now, you've got Ontario and Team Alberta playing.
Number 9 with that.
That was Kraus with in there on that one.
She's been all over today.
Yeah, and the coach taking the opportunity to go get the kicking tee and then talk to the ref a little bit as well. Oh, I'm just here to get the tee. But by the way, you missed that call over there.
Just keep an eye on this.
Yeah,
just while I grab the tee.
Yeah, there's this still as well. So
next game.
So Saskatchewan, Manitoba is the next game up. I got stats people all over the place helping me out here. It's great.
Oh.
A little bit of a problem on the snap. And Ontario kind of running for their life at this point. Sarah Espinoza, I believe that was number 3, correct? Yes, that was number 3, trying to make that happen. And unfortunately not able to get all of that back, but it is going to be 2nd and a whole bunch.
Good hustle to get back on that ball.
I'd say 2nd and Weyburn because it's a lot and it's south, but that would mean nothing to anybody probably watching this game.
But it's a long distance.
But it's a long distance south. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. But it is still 2nd down, so hopefully they can get a little bit back here. And it looks like it's a quarterback change. Espinoza in at quarterback now, but Team Alberta, they sniffed that one out instantaneously and just know where to go for the running back.
Number 5 was there.
That was Alicia Glaudet Gladue, pardon me. I'm going to go with Gladue. Again, if mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, aunt and uncle are watching, my apologies for messing up the name.
We have no formal name training.
Well, I do sometimes, but not always. Not always.
We're trying.
Yes, that's right. Third and a whole bunch now, and it looks like this time Team Ontario is going to kick this one away. A little bit better of a snap, but a block. I think she got a little bit of that.
I believe so.
Yeah, and it is going to get picked up by Alberta at the 32, and that is Ella Gagnon with the short return. But a nice play. I'm not sure who got their hands on it, but I think that one definitely got not necessarily blocked completely, but definitely a little bit there.
Sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm going to guess number 8. But you know what?
Maybe JC with that one? All right. Well, we're giving it to her
Congrats,
now.
JC.
How about that? Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's right. So Team Alberta, 6:55 to go. They are at the 32, and they're going to put it up. And it is intercepted by Team Ontario, and she is brought down at the 32. However, there is a flag, and it was thrown early, so I'm not sure what it will be. But Erin Campbell with the interception for Team Ontario. But we'll see what this flag is.
That was an exciting play.
It was. They're talking to Team Alberta now. So, yeah.
Offside.
Offside Ontario, unfortunately. So that is going to negate that interception. And it is going to move the ball up and be 1st and 5. Team Alberta on the 27-yard line. So quite the swing of events there, unfortunately, for Team Ontario.
My heart was up high, and then, I love a good competitive game.
They're going to hand the ball off. She gets over that right-hand side, and a nice job by number 24, Hannah Martin, with the, that was Sidani Bowers with the carry for Team Alberta. So you had the number.
I had the number.
You had the number. You just pointed at the wrong sheet for me, but that's all right.
I'm just a number person. No names.
Yeah,
no names.
Joe, all you get's the numbers out of me.
That's
the
numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a 10-yard pickup at least, because it is 1st down. 1st and 10, Alberta at the 17-yard line.
Looks like
quarterback, lots of time, but just not able to get it there. Liberty Joe Ware, again, a good job, just not able to find her receiver. I believe the intended receiver was Kaylee Belbeck.
Erin Campbell, the DB that made that first pick, was in the area too. She's probably hungry for another one.
Yeah, exactly. One that counts, right?
One that counts.
Yes. Well,
I mean,
you can't take it away from her. She still had the interception. It just didn't count, I guess, for lack of the proper term. That's right, yes. 2nd down, Team Alberta with the handoff once again. That is Sidani Bowers with the carry for Team Alberta. .5:30 to go here in the game. Team Ontario versus Team Alberta. Game number 2 of the 2022 Football Canada Women's National Championships under 18.
I kind of like this format too.
Yeah?
Kind of nice little 2 short halves. Get to watch a lot of football.
Well, it's not often you play 2 football games in one day, right? So,
never in my life have I.
No, never ever have I. Exactly. A little bit of a pitch on 3rd down, so Team Alberta is going to turn it over on downs. Team Ontario going to get the ball back. 5 minutes to go here in the 2nd half, so a positive for Team Ontario to take away out of that one. So,
even though you didn't get the interception, you still stopped them. No score. It's a win.
It is. It is a positive thing. Up next again, if you were tuning in, the schedule has changed a little bit, both time and teams playing each other. But up next is going to be Team Manitoba versus Team Saskatchewan. And we've got 4:48 to go in this one. And Team Ontario with the ball. And it is going to be about a 2-yard pickup for Team Ontario. Number 3 with the carry for Team Ontario. That's Callie Dory. have her listed as a quarterback normally, from the Cumberland Panthers. And the Cumberland Panthers are very well represented as I look on the list. There's a few others. St. Mark's High School, Allie Higgs is from. Galt Collegiate Institute Ghosts, that is where Aaron Campbell's from. But there's a lot of the Cumberland Panthers. The Holy Cross Girls Tackle Football, I see Maya Lacombe is from there as well. So a good representation, a little bit high snap, unfortunately, and they're just going to blow that one dead, and that will bring up third and a whole bunch once again for Team Ontario. But, you know, we talked about a lot of Alberta representative, and then there's quite a few different ones from Ontario as well. Ajax Wanderers Rugby is Mara McPhee. What else have we got? The St. Benedict Catholic Secondary School out of Sudbury, Kimberly Williams as well. So, yeah, well represented number of towns and places in Ontario.
They must have a good program, the Cumberland Panthers.
I think so, yeah, I would think so. And it looks like they are going to take a little bit of time off the clock and just give this one a knee. And, yeah, that's...
it's a little late.
That's a little late. Definitely Kaylee Boucher with the late hit on the kneeling quarterback for Ontario. So that'll get applied on the kickoff, and that'll change things a bit. But
sometimes you're just too excited, or if you've ever played rugby, sometimes the rules are
I
different.
guess, yes, right. And I just said something about a rugby team, but I think that was Team Ontario that had the rugby players, right? So, yeah.
I had a teammate once that tackled a girl in the end zone after she scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because she thought the ball had to touch the ground before the play was done.
That's right, but not necessarily the case.
No, coaches weren't too happy with that one.
No. Well, you can make that mistake once, right?
Yeah, and only once did she make that mistake.
Yeah, that's right.
Great learning experience.
A great learning experience, that's right, yes. Yeah.
Out of bounds, end zone, don't tackle them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the play, yes.
Sure. Yes. There's. Yeah. That's right. There are times where that's a thing, but yes, I know what you mean. 3:25 to go. Team Alberta up over Team Ontario, 24-1 at this point. Again, we thank you very much for tuning in. Up next is going to be Team Saskatchewan versus Team Manitoba. There is going to be about a 15-minute break in between. So when exactly we're going to have that one for you, and I can't tell you for sure, but stay tuned. Yeah, just stay tuned. That's all we ask you to do. So
we haven't seen Manitoba yet.
We have not seen Manitoba play yet. No, that's right.
So that should be exciting. Yeah,
exactly. And then after that, right, yeah. Well, after that, I don't know for sure. Oh, no, I do, actually. I do, yeah. My stats person extraordinaire, Shelby Moran, helping me out here this afternoon. So Team Sask versus Team Manitoba is going to be next. And then the game that was scheduled after that is going to stay constant as Team Alberta versus Team New Brunswick. Now, the time, if you're looking at a time, is definitely not going to be the case. And then to wrap up this evening, Team Manitoba versus Team Ontario will be the final game of the day.
So a lot of great football still to come.
There is. There is.
And it looks like the next 2 days, the schedule is...
Well, it may change.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Exactly. Check your local listings. No, that's not it. That's
Check
not
often.
Right. Check. Yeah, that's right. Score early, score often. That's what I say.
That's a great game plan.
Well,
Perfect.
It is. It's kind of like get first downs, right?
Get first downs.
Or stop first downs.
Or stop first downs.
Depends.
Yeah.
Defensive.
Yeah.
I've got defensive players here, so I am. Yeah, I'm a bit surrounded by defensive players. Yeah, exactly. That's right. So.
Ooh, I like this little formation.
That's a little different. Yeah, exactly. Trying it out.
Onside, maybe?
Well, no. And then they blow it dead anyway. So
onside short kick.
I'm not quite sure what their plan was. One returner back, though, Sedani Bowers back for Team Alberta, and hadn't been in the game earlier, but has come in, and I've said her name a few times now.
Had a few good runs going.
Definitely. All right, so we're gonna line this up and try this again. I'm not sure why that one was whistled down, but it was. So here we go. Maybe it was never whistled in the first place, but this time it is because I heard it. All right. And it is going to go to the up man just a little bit. She's going to pick it up. And a great job on special teams. So not a great return. But again, a great job on special teams. Was that 29 with the tackle for Team Ontario?
Yes.
I believe that it was, so we're going to give that to Tegan Roy. And Team Alberta is going to take over at the 43:19 to go here in the second half at Mosaic Stadium in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Ball's in the air and wide open, so a nice catch and run for number 20, Matea Fletcher for Team Alberta. And Emily McMillan, I believe, was in at quarterback for that one. It was not Liberty Joe Ware, giving Liberty Joe a bit of a break here, I think.
She has done her job.
Yeah, at this point. Well, we'll see. Maybe she hasn't. But, yeah, quarterback change, Emily McMillan in. But a nice reception by Matea Fletcher for quite the pickup for first down, 1st and 10 for Team Alberta. This time it is a handoff once again to Matea Fletcher. And the ball comes out, but I believe that Team Alberta got back on top of it. They did, yeah. Fletcher herself with the fumble and then the recovery. And I want to say, well, at first it looked like one of the Team Ontario young ladies was down, but she seems to be up and okay now.
Maybe her heart hurt on that one.
Maybe it did just a little bit.
Just
That's
a
right,
little
yeah,
bit.
maybe a little. 2:05 to go here in the second half. Team Alberta with a fairly commanding lead of 24-1 at this point, and the ball. And once again, it is Emily McMillan in at quarterback. She's going to hang on to it. She's going to try and get over that right-hand side. She has got nobody to beat. 10-5, touchdown, Team Alberta. Emily McMillan with the carry.
She finds that outside and she goes.
Yeah, she just able to make a couple people miss. And I was going to say she had some blocking, but she was she was ahead of her blocking actually. Yeah, and just a nice job. So there you go. Come in, play some quarterback, and score a touchdown. Extra point attempt here to come. And that should be Haley Ketchum with the extra point attempt.
Ooh.
Not able to make that one work, though, so it will be Team Alberta 30, Team Ontario 1 with 1:44 to go here in the game at Mosaic.
It really is a beautiful day here today.
So the first time you've done this with me, and I think the first time you've done this period. So
Yes.
what's it like from a player's perspective to sit up here and watch a game like this?
I don't know whether to think defensively, like the position I play, or offensively.
Right.
I don't know which way to root.
Like, are you dissecting them at all, though? You should have done this, you should have done that. I mean, obviously the score's a bit lopsided, so there hasn't been a lot of aerial in this game. So from a defensive back standpoint, you can't really say much about that. But it's just got to be a little bit different, I think, being up here and watching it.
I think so. My thought watching the DBs is contain, and
Right.
we're it's their first game.
Yeah, that's right. Sure. And I mean, especially for Team Ontario, they've had a bit of a way to travel, and I guess their travel has been a little bit messed up, like
2 days
everybody
delayed.
else's in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to
So-
go through Toronto, so Pearson.
Yeah. I'm going through Toronto myself soon, so let's
sorry,
hope.
Joe.
Let's hope going there works better than coming from there. So yeah.
Maybe all the little kinks are worked out.
Well, it's anyway, yeah.
It'll work.
It's
it'll
just been on my mind, let's say that.
work. Completely fair.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. But with all that said, why am I talking about my flight plans coming up? People in the watching are going, what's he talking about? Well,
great diving catch.
that might have been the longest time in the air catch ever, possibly, but it worked though, right?
A catch is a catch.
A catch is a catch. It doesn't matter. But, yeah, there was a lot of air under that ball, but a nice job to come back to it. And, again, a quarterback change, that's Callie Dory in for Team Ontario, and I believe that Marie had played earlier on. But, so Callie with the throw there and reception, and Team Ontario is going to get called for offside, and we're going to do this one again, I believe. Right?
It looks that way for sure.
I think so.
all that was within me when that ball was in the air.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start yelling ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure you were not the only one. Yeah, exactly. So,
Even when I'm watching offense and it's like my team,
right.
I have to struggle to not like be like, oh
Just
wait,
not,
wait,
never
no,
mind.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
don't
no.
tell anybody. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, it is 1st and 15 for Team Ontario from their own 50. Again, Callie's in the shotgun. He's going to send 3 receivers on the short side. A little bit of a problem with the snap. She's just going to pick up the ball, and she is going to be swarmed by a few tacklers from Team Alberta. Ella Gagnon, the last that I saw get in there. Anyway, number 9 for Team Alberta.
Yep. Made it basically back to the line.
But, yeah, Dory, not the best snap, so just had to take off with that one herself. 1:04 left to go here in this second game of the tournament. First game for these two teams. Dory's got 3 receivers to this short side. They are going to go in motion. And again, not a very good snap. And unfortunately for her, she's going to have to kind of run around for her life once again. And that is going to be a sack back, a whole bunch way back. And that is Ella Gagnon from the Edmonton Raiders with the tackle, number 9.
Sadly, I think we went to Weyburn again.
Yeah, we may have, yes. We will use Weyburn and Southey as our
markers.
Our markers for first, second, third, and longs. Yes. So, and now everybody out there is on Google Maps. Look, no, they're not.
They could just come explore Saskatchewan.
They could come explore Saskatchewan. That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
We got a lot of beautiful wide open spaces.
Team Ontario going to go for it on 3rd down. Note, they're actually going to kick it away, and a nice kick, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and that is where Team Alberta is going to take over with 30 seconds to go. I don't think we're going to see a heck of a lot of plays going on here. This might just be victory formation, but we shall see. Emily McMillan, again, a nice run last time she had the ball over that right-hand side, and I was going to say had some blocking, but she didn't necessarily.
Had she slowed at all,
yes,
they would have been there.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So
they were ready.
No, she's going to put this one up still. Not able to make that Hadley Harrison the intended receiver on that far side for Team Alberta.
I love what these little smaller teams that, even though they have a designated position on paper, they're just playing.
Yeah, they've changed
everything.
it up a little bit, definitely. Yes, yeah, that's right. So, I mean, unless they've changed jerseys from when they wrote down these numbers, then I guess we'll give them that. But
I like the experience that everyone's going to get. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. There was a nice pass, but unfortunately in and out of the hands. I think that was Mackenzie Morrell with the drop, unfortunately. But that will bring up 3rd down for Alberta, and this time I think they're going to kick it away.
You know, like you said before, if you get any blocks, this could be a return to, you know.
Ontario's got to get a couple more players out there.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to be any kind of return.
It is definitely hard to return with
with nobody there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody missed a timeout call somewhere there. So now that we have just a moment. Again, your impressions on this game. Ontario had some moments of time, but Alberta kind of dominant in this one.
Kind of dominant. Their run game was very good, and their defense just swallowed.
Yeah, they had a very, very good defensive game. Obviously, they had some offense as well with the score at 30-1, but.
Kudos to Ontario, though, for making a program and getting girls.
Yes.
And building the game. Their next game.
Yes.
It can only go up from here, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that'll be versus Manitoba. So we're going to see Manitoba next, and we haven't seen them play as of yet. Saskatchewan beat Team New Brunswick in the first game, and then we haven't seen Team Manitoba, who we're going to see next, and they're out there warming up a little bit. I believe that's them over there warming up.
They are running on this punt.
They are.
Well, not punt.
Yes, that's right. And did they get They got the first down, too, I think, as well. So it is going to stay Team Alberta ball.
I mean, I know I wanted a big run,
Right.
but I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
that way.
that's not the way that you were expecting it, was it?
No. In my mind, that went very different.
Yes. Very much so. Yeah, so Team Manitoba, Team Saskatchewan out there starting to warm up. There will be a bit of a break in between before we get to that game. So if you've tuned in for Team Sask versus Team Manitoba, bear with us. Stay with us. We'll be back. There's going to be about a 15-minute break in between. So if you're listening now and waiting for that other game, come back in about 15 minutes, or just, stay with us. Well, stay with us for the next 6 seconds in this game and see this one finish out, and then again come back for Team Sask versus Team Manitoba a little later on.
I'm excited to see the Team Manitoba girls play because their women's team has just been getting better and better every year.
Yes.
So their program obviously is doing good things.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, there's two
Women's
teams, exactly. Yes, yeah. I was trying to find. I'm going to say professional, but that's not exactly what it is. And it's not amateur either. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the next level. Of
the
women.
next level of play. That's right. So there you have it, folks. It is a final. Team Alberta 30, Team Ontario 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you will stay with us and watch the next game or come back later on again. Thanks so much for watching. On behalf of Ashley Clayton, I'm Joe Hadisbeck. We will be back with more here from the 2022 Football Canada Under-18 Women's National Championships, brought to you by Football Canada. Thanks again.
Thank you.